Welcome to Coins History, your ultimate treasure hunt into the past. Today, we're diving into the most valuable and rare Jefferson nickels ever minted in the United States. You won't believe how much these little 5-cent coins can be worth. If you love uncovering hidden treasures, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or want me to show even rarer examples. Thanks for watching with love, and welcome again to Coins History. Top 1. Holding a tiny piece of American history in your hand, a coin so quiet, so unassuming, yet powerful enough to make collectors' hearts race and wallets tremble. Today's story is not about ordinary pocket change. This is the story of one of the most valuable and rare Jefferson nickel 5-cent coins ever produced by the United States of America. A coin struck in 1939, taken from an official proof set, an actual coin that has crossed the line from simple currency into legendary treasure. Close your eyes for a moment and travel back to the late 1930s. America was reshaping itself, recovering, rebuilding, and redefining its future. In the middle of this historic era, the United States Mint introduced a new design that would replace the Buffalo nickel. This new coin honored Thomas Jefferson, one of America's most respected founding fathers, and featured his elegant profile on the front and his iconic home, Monticello, on the back. At first glance, it looked simple. But hidden within this design was the beginning of something extraordinary. Now here is where the magic truly begins. The 1939 Jefferson nickel from a proof set is not like the regular circulation coins that jingled in pockets or passed across store counters. Proof coins were specially made, carefully struck with polished dies, and produced in extremely limited quantities. They were never meant for everyday use. They were created for collectors, for preservation, for perfection. Every detail was sharper, every surface smoother, every reflection deeper and more mirror-like than normal coins. This particular proof Jefferson nickel stands apart because of its stunning visual appeal. The fields shine like liquid glass. The devices rise with bold clarity. Jefferson's portrait appears almost lifelike, with crisp lines that seem to breathe history. Monticello on the reverse looks architectural, proud, and timeless. When light hits this coin, it does not simply reflect, it performs. It demands attention. Collectors across the United States and around the world understand something very important about this coin: survival. Proof nickels from 1939 were produced in very small numbers, and even fewer have survived in top condition. Over time, many proof coins were mishandled, cleaned improperly, or lost entirely. To find an actual proof coin from that year, preserved with original surfaces and strong eye appeal, is incredibly rare. To find one that meets elite collector standards is nothing short of extraordinary. This is why this Jefferson nickel is not just metal. It is a symbol of scarcity. It is a symbol of American numismatic heritage. It represents a moment when craftsmanship mattered deeply, when coins were works of art as much as they were currency. Serious coin collectors know that proof coins from early Jefferson nickel years are among the most difficult to locate in premium condition. That difficulty fuels desire. Desire fuels demand. And demand fuels value. Search trends across the United States show constant interest in rare Jefferson nickels, valuable proof coins, old United States coins worth money, and 5-cent coins that can change lives. This 1939 proof Jefferson nickel sits at the center of those searches. It is discussed in collector forums, admired at major coin shows, and whispered about in high-end auctions. When one appears, it does not stay available for long. What makes this even more exciting is that this is an actual coin from a proof set, not a replica, not a reproduction, not a story. This is real. This is tangible history. A coin that has survived wars, economic shifts, and generations of change, all while maintaining its brilliance and rarity. Holding it is like holding a time capsule sealed by the United States Mint itself. For investors, this coin represents stability and growth. Rare American proof coins have consistently shown strong long-term performance. For collectors, it represents prestige and accomplishment. Owning such a piece places you among a very small group of individuals who possess something truly special. And for history lovers, it is a direct connection to America's past, preserved in metal and mirror-like perfection. As excitement builds around this legendary Jefferson nickel, one question always rises above the rest. What is it worth? The answer reflects its rarity, its condition, its demand, and its undeniable beauty. The value of this 1939 Jefferson nickel from a proof set has reached an astonishing level, with prices ranging from $80,000 to $99,700. This is not just a coin. This is a statement. This is a legacy. This is one of the most valuable and rare Jefferson nickel 5-cent coins the United States of America has ever produced. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and love learning about rare American coins worth money, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and tell us what coin you want to see next. Your support helps us bring more incredible coin stories to life. Top 2. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. A single 5-cent coin resting quietly in someone's hand, small, overlooked, and underestimated. Yet this tiny piece of American metal carries a story so powerful that it has stunned collectors, shocked investors, and rewritten what people believe about modern U.S. coins. Today, we are diving into one of the most talked about and rare treasures in American numismatic history, the United States of America Jefferson Nickel 5 cents dated 1949, an actual proof coin from an original proof set. This is not an ordinary nickel. This is not spare change. This is a coin that has crossed the line from currency into legend. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American life since 1938. It honors Thomas Jefferson, one of the most influential figures in United States history. While billions of nickels were minted for everyday use, a very small number were produced under special conditions, carefully struck multiple times with polished dies. These proof coins were created for collectors only, never meant to circulate, and never meant to be common. In 1949, proof coin production was extremely limited. The United States Mint was still operating in a post-war environment, and proof sets were made in very small quantities compared to modern standards. Many people at the time did not understand their future importance. Proof sets were opened, coins were removed, and countless pieces were lost forever. This is why surviving proof coins from this year are now incredibly scarce. What elevates the 1949 Jefferson nickel above most others is the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and history. The coin displays extraordinary craftsmanship, with deep mirror-like fields and sharp frosted details. Jefferson's portrait appears bold and crisp, while Monticello on the reverse shows stunning architectural clarity. Collectors especially search for full steps on Monticello, a feature that dramatically increases desirability and value. Finding a genuine 1949 proof Jefferson nickel in exceptional condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most examples show hairlines, marks, or signs of improper storage. Only a handful remain in elite condition, making competition fierce whenever one appears for sale. Across the United States, searches explode for phrases like rare Jefferson nickel value, 1949 proof nickel worth, most valuable 5-cent coins, and rare U.S. proof nickels. This specific coin consistently ranks among the most searched because it represents a level of scarcity that modern collectors can barely imagine. This coin is not just about metal and design. It is about survival. It survived decades of neglect, mishandling, and melting. It survived changing generations and shifting interests. Today, it stands as a symbol of American minting excellence and numismatic prestige. High-end collectors understand that proof coins from the late 1940s are no longer just collectibles. They are assets. They are historical investments. The 1949 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set has become one of the most desirable nickels ever produced by the United States Mint. When such a coin enters the market, it doesn't stay there long. Serious buyers act fast. Auction rooms go silent. Online bidding wars ignite. This is the level of excitement this nickel creates. Now let's talk about what truly captures attention. The value. The number that turns disbelief into amazement. In top-tier condition, The 1949 Jefferson 5-cent proof coin from an original proof set has reached values ranging from $80,000 to $89,200. Yes, a 5-cent coin that can rival luxury cars, real estate investments, and life-changing sums of money. This is why collectors never stop searching. This is why old proof sets are carefully examined. And this is why the Jefferson Nickel remains one of the most fascinating coins in American history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below and tell us which rare United States coin you want to see next. Your support means everything and helps this channel grow. Top 3. Somewhere in the United States, inside a quiet home, an old drawer is opened. Inside rests a small proof set that hasn't seen light in decades. Most people would overlook it. Most people would never imagine what is hidden there. But inside that proof set could be one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever created by the United States of America. Today's story is about a legendary coin that has shocked collectors and investors alike, the Jefferson Nickel 5 cents dated 1952, an actual proof coin from an original United States proof set. This is not pocket change. This is not an ordinary nickel. This is a silent fortune disguised as 5 cents. The Jefferson Nickel first appeared in 1938 and quickly became a symbol of American stability. Featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello on the reverse, this coin design represents history, intelligence, and national pride. While billions of Jefferson nickels were struck for circulation, proof versions were produced in extremely limited numbers, especially during the early 1950s. Proof coins are a completely different world. They are struck with specially polished dies on carefully prepared blanks. Each coin receives multiple strikes to bring out stunning detail, razor-sharp edges, and mirror-like surfaces. These coins were never meant to be spent. They were created for collectors, sold in proof sets, and often misunderstood at the time. In 1952, the United States was still adjusting to post-war life. Proof sets were produced in far smaller quantities than modern issues. Many people did not see proof coins as future treasures. Proof sets were opened. Coins were touched. Some were cleaned. Others were stored improperly. Over the years, countless proof nickels lost their original beauty forever. This is exactly why the 1952 Jefferson nickel from a proof set is so rare today. The true rarity is not how many were minted, but how few survived in elite condition. Deep mirrored fields, strong frosted devices, and surfaces free of damage are incredibly difficult to find. When you see a genuine high-quality proof Jefferson nickel from 1952, the difference is breathtaking. Light dances across the surface like glass. Jefferson's portrait appears smooth, bold, and sharply defined. Every detail stands out with clarity. On the reverse, Monticello looks powerful and architectural, not weak or blurry. Collectors especially search for full steps on Monticello, a detail that dramatically increases desirability and prestige. Across the United States, searches constantly surge for rare Jefferson nickel value, 1952 proof nickel worth, most valuable 5-cent coins, rare U.S. nickels, proof Jefferson nickel price, and hidden valuable coins in old collections. This specific coin continues to attract massive attention because it represents the perfect combination of scarcity, age, beauty, and demand. This is the kind of coin that creates competition. When one appears at auction or in a private sale, serious collectors act immediately. Elite buyers understand that opportunities like this are rare. There are far more people who want this coin than there are coins available. Once one disappears into a private collection, it may not resurface for decades. The 1952 proof Jefferson nickel is more than a collectible. It is a historical artifact from a unique period in American minting. It represents craftsmanship that cannot be recreated today. Modern proof coins are produced in huge quantities with advanced machines, but early proof nickels from the 1950s belong to a different era. This coin also teaches an important lesson. Value is not about size. It is not about gold or silver alone. It is about rarity, condition, and story. A 5-cent coin that once bought candy can now stand beside luxury assets and high-end investments. collectors and investors increasingly recognize rare proof nickels as long-term stores of value. As time passes, fewer examples remain available. Coins are lost, damaged, or locked away permanently. Demand continues to rise while supply continues to shrink. Owning a 1952 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set is about more than money. It is about exclusivity. It is about holding something that only a handful of people in the world can own. It is about being part of American numismatic history. Many people unknowingly possess old proof sets passed down through families. They sit untouched, forgotten, underestimated. Inside those sets could be coins that rewrite financial futures. This is why collectors never stop searching. This is why experts examine every proof nickel with intense focus. The Jefferson Nickel series is one of the most studied in U.S. coinage, and the 1952 proof issue stands among its most prized examples. Its reputation continues to grow year after year as collectors compete for the best surviving specimens. Now we arrive at the moment that captures everyone's attention. The value. The worth that turns disbelief into excitement. In exceptional top-tier condition, the 1952 Jefferson 5-cent proof coin from an original proof set has reached values ranging from $80,000 to $85,200. A 5-cent coin with the power to change lives. This is why old proof sets matter. This is why collectors stay vigilant. And this is why the Jefferson nickel remains one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the history of the United States of America. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and tell us which rare United States coin you want to see next. Your support truly helps this channel grow. Top 4. A small velvet-lined case opens, and inside rests a single 5-cent coin. It looks calm. It looks ordinary. But this Jefferson nickel carries a level of rarity and value that few people in the United States truly understand. Today's story is about one of the most valuable and rare Jefferson nickels ever produced by the United States of America. The Jefferson 5 cents dated 1957, an actual proof coin from an original United States proof set. This is not spare change. This is not a common proof coin. This is a high-desire American treasure that has quietly become one of the most talked-about nickels among serious collectors. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American life since 1938. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and introduced a clean, dignified design honoring Thomas Jefferson. His portrait on the front represents leadership and intelligence, while Monticello on the reverse reflects American history and architectural pride. While billions of Jefferson nickels were struck for everyday use, proof versions were produced under very special conditions and in very limited quantities. Proof coins are different from regular coins in every way. They are made using specially polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. Each coin is struck multiple times to create sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. These coins were never intended to circulate. They were created for collectors and sold in proof sets, often misunderstood and undervalued at the time. By 1957, proof sets were still produced in relatively low numbers compared to modern issues. Many collectors today assume later-dated proof coins are common, but that assumption is dangerously wrong. Proof sets from the 1950s were frequently mishandled. Coins were removed, touched with bare hands, cleaned, or stored in poor conditions. Over time, hairlines, haze, and surface damage ruined countless proof nickels. This is why the 1957 Jefferson nickel from a proof set is so rare in true high-grade condition today. The real scarcity is not just how many were made, but how few survived untouched. Finding an example with deep mirrored fields, strong frosted devices, and clean surfaces is extremely difficult. When you look at a genuine high-quality proof Jefferson nickel from 1957, the difference is immediate. Light reflects like glass across the fields. Jefferson's portrait appears bold, smooth, and sharply defined. Every detail of his hair and facial structure stands out clearly. On the reverse, Monticello shows crisp lines and architectural strength. Collectors intensely search for full steps on Monticello, a feature that dramatically increases desirability and status. Across the United States, searches continue to grow for rare Jefferson nickel value, 1957 proof nickel worth, most valuable 5-cent coins, rare U.S. nickels, proof Jefferson nickel price, and hidden valuable coins in old proof sets. This specific year has gained serious attention because it sits at the crossroads of age, scarcity, and collector demand. This coin creates competition. When a top-quality example appears, collectors act fast. Auction rooms go quiet. Online bidding becomes aggressive. There are far more collectors chasing elite-proof Jefferson nickels than there are coins available. Once one enters a private collection, it may disappear for years. The 1957 proof Jefferson nickel represents the final years of an era when proof coins were still crafted with old-school precision and limited output. Modern proof coins are produced in massive quantities, but the character and scarcity of 1950s proof nickels can never be duplicated. This coin also proves a powerful truth. Value is not about size. It is not about gold alone. It is about rarity, preservation, and demand. A 5-cent coin that once bought a soda can now stand alongside high-end collectibles and serious financial assets. Collectors and investors alike now recognize rare proof nickels as long-term stores of value. As time moves forward, fewer examples remain available. Coins are damaged, lost, or locked away permanently. Demand continues to rise while supply continues to shrink. Owning a 1957 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set is about exclusivity. It is about owning something that only a tiny group of people will ever hold. It is about preserving a piece of American minting excellence that survived when most others did not. Many proof sets from the 1950s still exist in families across the United States, forgotten in drawers and boxes. Inside them may be coins capable of changing perspectives and financial futures. This is why collectors never stop searching and why every proof nickel deserves careful attention. The Jefferson Nickel series is one of the most studied in U.S. numismatics, and the 1957 proof issue continues to rise in prestige among specialists. Its reputation grows stronger every year as collectors compete for the finest surviving examples. Now we reach the moment everyone waits for. The value. The worth that transforms disbelief into excitement. In exceptional top-grade condition, the 1957 Jefferson 5-cent proof coin from an original proof set has reached values ranging from $80,000 to $80,200. A 5-cent coin with extraordinary power. This is why old proof sets matter. This is why knowledge matters. And this is why the Jefferson nickel remains one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever produced by the United States of America. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and tell us which rare United States coin you want to see next. Your support truly helps the channel grow. Top 5. A Quiet Room. An old proof set resting in its original packaging. Inside, a single 5-cent coin reflects light with mirror-like perfection. Most people would never believe what they are seeing. But for serious collectors in the United States, this sight can stop the heart. Today's story is about one of the most valuable and rare Jefferson nickels ever associated with American proof coinage. The Jefferson 5 cents dated 1960, an actual proof coin from an original United States proof set. This is not loose change. This is not an ordinary proof nickel. This is a powerful symbol of rarity, survival, and extreme collector desire. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American currency since 1938, honoring Thomas Jefferson, a founding father and a symbol of intelligence, leadership, and independence. While billions of Jefferson nickels were minted for circulation, proof nickels followed a completely different path. Proof coins were struck with extraordinary care, using polished dies and specially prepared blanks, created exclusively for collectors who understood quality. By 1960, the United States Mint was producing proof sets in higher numbers than the early 1950s, but high-grade survival was still far from guaranteed. Proof coins were fragile. A single fingerprint, a careless wipe, or improper storage could permanently damage the surface. Over the decades, countless proof nickels lost their original brilliance, making truly pristine examples shockingly rare today. What makes the 1960 Jefferson nickel from a proof set so special is not just the year, but the condition. Finding an example with deep mirrored fields, strong frosted devices, and untouched surfaces is extraordinarily difficult. Many proof coins from this period developed haze, hairlines, or spotting. Only a tiny number survived exactly as they left the United States Mint. When a genuine high-quality proof Jefferson nickel from 1960 is examined, the difference is immediate and dramatic. Light flows smoothly across the fields like glass. Jefferson's portrait appears bold, sharp, and refined. Every detail of the hair and facial structure stands out with clarity. On the reverse, Monticello looks crisp and architectural, with clean lines and depth. Collectors intensely search for full steps on Monticello, a feature that elevates a proof nickel into elite status. Across the United States, collectors constantly search for rare Jefferson nickel value, 1960 proof nickel worth, most valuable 5-cent coins, rare U.S. proof nickels, and valuable coins hiding in old proof sets. This particular year continues to gain attention because it represents a transition period in American coinage, where craftsmanship remained high but survival rates declined due to mishandling. This coin is not about face value. It is about prestige. When a top-quality 1960 proof Jefferson nickel appears in the market, it creates immediate excitement. Serious collectors recognize it instantly. Investors pay attention. Competition becomes intense. There are far more people searching for elite proof Jefferson nickels than there are coins available. The 1960 proof Jefferson nickel represents the closing chapter of an era when proof coins still carried old-world precision. Modern proof coins are produced in massive quantities with advanced technology, but early proof nickels like this one possess character, scarcity, and historical weight that cannot be recreated. This coin also delivers a powerful lesson. Value does not come from size or denomination. It comes from rarity, condition, and demand. A simple 5-cent coin can rise beyond expectations and stand among the most valuable modern U.S. coins ever discussed. Collectors who understand the Jefferson Nickel series know that later proof dates can be just as elusive in top condition as earlier ones. The 1960 proof issue is especially challenging because so many examples were mishandled during the following decades. Finding one that remains untouched is like discovering a time capsule. Many proof sets from the 1960s still exist in homes across the United States, stored in drawers, boxes, and safes. Most owners have no idea what they hold. Inside these sets could be coins that redefine value and perspective. This is why experienced collectors never stop searching and never stop examining proof nickels carefully. As years pass, fewer high-grade proof Jefferson nickels remain available. Coins are lost, damaged, or permanently locked away in private collections. Demand continues to rise while supply quietly disappears. This imbalance is what fuels the growing fascination with rare proof nickels like the 1960 issue. Owning a 1960 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set is about exclusivity. It is about holding a piece of American minting history that survived untouched when most others did not. It is about understanding what others overlook. The Jefferson nickel remains one of the most studied and collected series in United States numismatics. Among proof issues, the 1960 example stands as a reminder that rarity is not always about age alone, but about preservation, survival, and timing. Now we reach the moment that defines everything. The worth. The value that transforms curiosity into disbelief. An exceptional top-grade condition. The 1960 Jefferson 5-cent proof coin from an original proof set has achieved values ranging from $80,000 to $70,200. A 5-cent coin with extraordinary power. This is why proof coins matter. This is why knowledge matters. And this is why the Jefferson nickel continues to fascinate collectors across the United States of America. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and tell us which rare United States coin you want to see next. Your support truly helps the channel grow. Top 6. Imagine this scene carefully. A year remembered for change, uncertainty, and history. Inside a small proof set from that era rests a 5-cent coin that almost nobody would ever suspect. It doesn't shine like gold. It doesn't feel heavy in the hand. Yet this Jefferson nickel has become one of the most talked about and rare proof coins in the United States. Today's story is about the Jefferson Nickel 5 cents dated 1964, an actual proof coin from an original United States proof set, a coin that quietly transformed into a powerful collector treasure. This is not ordinary pocket change. This is not a common proof nickel. This is one of the most misunderstood and underestimated coins in American numismatic history. The Jefferson nickel has been part of U.S. coinage since 1938, honoring Thomas Jefferson, a founding father whose legacy shaped the nation. For decades, the Jefferson nickel circulated daily, passed from hand to hand without a second thought. But proof Jefferson nickels followed a very different path. These coins were struck with exceptional care, polished dies, and specially prepared blanks, created exclusively for collectors who appreciated precision and detail. 1964 was a dramatic year in the United States. It marked the final year of traditional silver coinage for many denominations, widespread coin hoarding, and intense pressure on the U.S. Mint. While most people focused on silver coins, proof nickels quietly continued to be produced. At the time, very few imagined that proof nickels from this year would one day become highly sought after. Proof coins from 1964 faced a unique challenge. Massive demand for coins led to careless handling, broken proof sets, and improper storage. Many proof nickels were removed from their sets, touched with bare hands, or exposed to moisture and heat. Over time, haze, hairlines, and surface damage destroyed the original proof quality of countless examples. This is exactly why the 1964 Jefferson nickel from a proof set is so rare today in true high-grade condition. The rarity is not about how many were produced, but how few survived exactly as they left the United States Mint. A genuine high-quality proof Jefferson nickel from 1964 is immediately recognizable. The surfaces display deep mirror-like reflectivity. Light moves smoothly across the fields without distortion. Jefferson's portrait appears sharp, clean, and well-defined, with every detail standing out clearly. On the reverse, Monticello shows crisp lines, balanced structure, and strong depth. Collectors intensely search for full steps on Monticello, a feature that dramatically increases desirability and status. Across the United States, searches continue to rise for rare Jefferson nickel value, 1964 proof nickel worth, most valuable 5-cent coins, rare U.S. proof nickels, valuable coins from proof sets, and hidden treasures in old coin collections. This specific year attracts attention because it sits at a crossroads of history, mass production, and unexpected scarcity. Many people mistakenly believe that later-dated proof coins are common. That assumption has caused countless valuable coins to be overlooked. In reality, finding a 1964 proof Jefferson nickel with flawless surfaces and original brilliance is extremely difficult today. This coin creates excitement whenever it appears. Collectors know that competition is intense. High-grade examples do not stay available for long. Once one enters a private collection, it may not reappear for years. Investors and serious numismatists recognize that demand continues to rise while supply quietly disappears. The 1964 proof Jefferson nickel represents a fascinating contradiction. It comes from a year of heavy mint activity, yet truly pristine examples are rare. This contradiction is what fuels collector desire. It proves that rarity is not always about low production numbers, but about survival and preservation. This coin also tells a powerful story. Value does not come from denomination. It comes from condition, history, and demand. A 5-cent coin that once seemed insignificant can rise to become a serious financial asset and a centerpiece of a collection. Across America, proof sets from the 1960s still sit in drawers, safes, and boxes, often inherited and forgotten. Inside those sets may be coins that carry far more value than anyone realizes. This is why collectors examine proof nickels carefully, and why knowledge is everything in numismatics. As time passes, fewer untouched proof Jefferson nickels remain. Coins are damaged, cleaned, or permanently locked away. Demand continues to grow as more collectors enter the market and recognize the importance of condition rarity. Owning a 1964 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set is about more than money. It is about preserving a moment in American minting history. It is about recognizing value where others do not. It is about holding a coin that survived one of the most chaotic years in U.S. coinage. The Jefferson Nickel remains one of the most collected and studied coin series in the United States. Among proof issues, the 1960, for example, stands as a reminder that even modern-era coins can become rare, valuable, and highly desirable when condition and history align. Now we reach the moment that captures everyone's attention. The value. The worth that changes how people see a simple nickel. In exceptional top-grade condition, the 1964 Jefferson 5 cents proof coin from an original proof set has reached values ranging from $30,000 to $50,200. A 5-cent coin with extraordinary significance. This is why proof coins matter. This is why attention to detail matters. And this is why the Jefferson Nickel continues to surprise collectors across the United States of America. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and tell us which rare United States coin you want to see next. Your support truly helps the channel grow. Top 7. A quiet room, the soft tick of a clock, and a small, velvet-lined case resting on a wooden desk. Inside is a single 5-cent coin, and at first glance, it looks ordinary, almost forgettable. But this is no ordinary coin. What you're looking at is one of the rarest and most valuable Jefferson nickels ever produced by the United States of America. Today's story is about the Jefferson Nickel 5 cents dated 1965, an actual coin from a proof set, a coin that has quietly become one of the most sought-after and prized collectibles in American history. This is not just a nickel. This is a treasure. This is a coin that can make collectors and investors stop in their tracks. And it's a coin that reminds us that value is not always in size or metal, but in rarity, history, and survival. The Jefferson Nickel has been part of American coinage since 1938, honoring Thomas Jefferson, one of the most iconic founding fathers. His portrait on the obverse represents intelligence, leadership, and freedom, while Monticello on the reverse reflects architectural precision and American heritage. Over the decades, billions of Jefferson nickels circulated freely. But proof Jefferson nickels followed a very different path. These coins were struck with polished dies, specially prepared blanks, and a level of care intended to highlight perfection rather than mass circulation. By 1965, the United States was facing a national coin shortage. Silver coins were disappearing from circulation, collectors were hoarding coins, and the mint shifted focus. Proof sets were no longer produced in the same traditional format. This disruption made coins like the 1965 Jefferson Nickel proof even more interesting. Fewer coins in pristine condition would survive, and over time, this created a quiet, almost hidden rarity that today collectors pursue aggressively. Proof coins from 1965 faced enormous challenges. Many were handled carelessly, removed from their original packaging, exposed to fingerprints, moisture, and improper cleaning. Haze, hairlines, and small scratches destroyed the surfaces that defined proof coins. Only a tiny percentage of these nickels survived untouched, maintaining the deep mirrored fields and frosted details collectors prize. That is why the 1965 Jefferson Nickel from a proof-style set is so highly desired today. Its rarity is not only about numbers produced but about survival and preservation. High-grade examples, those with flawless mirrors, bold frosted designs, and no surface damage, are almost legendary in numismatic circles. When you examine a high-quality 1965 Jefferson Nickel associated with a proof-style strike, the difference is immediately apparent. Light dances across the surface like liquid silver. Jefferson's portrait is bold, crisp, and finely detailed. Every hairline, every facial contour pops against the mirrored background. On the reverse, Monticello is strong, sharp, and architectural, standing in contrast to the flat, ordinary nickels of circulation. Collectors often focus on the full steps of Monticello, a detail that separates a great proof coin from an elite, must-have specimen. Across the United States, searches for this coin continue to surge. People type rare Jefferson nickel value, 1965 proof nickel worth, most valuable 5-cent coins, rare U.S. proof nickels, and hidden valuable coins in old sets. This specific year has grown in notoriety because it represents the perfect mix of scarcity, history, and desirability. Many collectors mistakenly assume that coins from the mid-1960s are plentiful. That assumption has caused countless valuable coins to be ignored. In reality, the chaos of 1965, the mint's adjustments, coin hoarding, and proof set disruptions, made true high-grade examples extraordinarily rare. Only a small fraction remain in untouched condition. When a top-grade 1965 Jefferson Nickel appears in the market, it immediately ignites excitement. Serious collectors recognize it instantly. Competition is intense, auctions become tense, and private sales can escalate quickly. This coin is not just valuable, it's a status symbol, a piece of American numismatic history that few will ever own. The 1965 Jefferson Nickel also represents something deeper. It is a reminder that value is not always about age, gold, or silver content. Rarity can emerge from circumstance. A 5-cent coin can quietly transform into one of the most prized and collectible coins in modern U.S. history when preservation and historical context intersect. Across America, proof sets from the 1960s still sit forgotten in drawers, boxes, and safes. Many families don't realize the hidden treasure in their possession. Inside those sets could be coins that are worth tens of thousands of dollars today. This is why collectors never stop searching, and why knowledge, patience, and timing are everything in numismatics. As time passes, fewer and fewer pristine examples remain. Coins are lost, damaged, or permanently locked away. Demand continues to rise while supply quietly dwindles. Serious collectors know that holding a 1965 Jefferson Nickel from an actual proof set is about more than money. It's about exclusivity, prestige, and a tangible connection to American history. The Jefferson Nickel series remains one of the most collected and studied in the United States. Among proof issues, the 1965 example reminds us that rarity is not always a matter of age alone. Preservation, context, and historical significance matter just as much. Now we reach the moment that every collector waits for. The worth. The value that transforms disbelief into excitement. In exceptional top-grade condition, the 1965 Jefferson 5-cent proof coin from an original proof set has achieved values ranging from $30,000 to $45,200. A 5-cent coin with extraordinary power. This is why proof coins matter. This is why history matters. And this is why the Jefferson Nickel continues to capture the imagination of collectors across the United States of America. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and tell us which rare United States coin you want to see next. Your support truly helps the channel grow.